Alright, my loyal Drunken Chef fans, this is going to be Drunken Chef episode number 6. Tonight, I'm going to be making some chorizo stuffed mushrooms. My original intent with this tonight was because my boy Johnny was going to be coming over, and he's a huge fan of mushrooms, and I know his mom is as well. But he unfortunately got the sickness, this whole flu thing's going around, so he wasn't able to attend, but I'm still going to make it. So the first thing I did, I preheated my oven to 350. It's going. I cleaned my mushrooms. I took out the stems, wiped them off with a damp cloth. They're here in a pan with a little bit of pan spray, upside down. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start to build the stuffing. What I've done is I've put a tablespoon or two of olive oil and a little pat of butter in a pan. And what I did was I took the stems of the mushrooms and I chopped them up, along with about a half a small onion and really, really finely diced it. Now the thing is, they're chorizo stuffed mushrooms. So what I did was I took a nice link of chorizo, nice 3-4 ounce link, cut it up very, very small. I'm going to put that in with the fat, with the oil and the butter. I want to let that render down for just a few minutes. I'll let that go till some of the fat and the spices and everything just really start to get going nicely in there.
You always tell a joke or something.
Oh, yes. Well, actually, I did have a really awesome joke that I did think of the other day. There's very few people that will actually get said joke, but here's my joke of the day. 2 drummers walk into a bar. That's it. That's all there is. Thing is, drummers are generally alcoholics, so... Oh, wow. The very loud beep means my oven is preheated. Now, my chorizo here has been rendering down in my olive oil and butter for a few minutes, and I forgot to mention earlier, this time using Spanish chorizo. It's an already cooked sausage. Spanish chorizo is an already cooked and or cured, not Mexican, but it's a very spicy sausage. The Spanish one's already cooked, so you don't need to cook it quite as long if you're using Mexican chorizo, which is usually raw. You want to cook it down. Maybe use a little bit less fat because it's going to render out a lot of its own fat and add a lot of nice flavor. But anyway, my Spanish chorizo here is cut up very small and it's been rendering down really nicely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add here my very, very finely diced onion and my very small chopped stems of my baby portobello mushrooms. Now, even though the Spanish chorizo is already cooked sausage, it's going to have some fat content that is going to render out. It's going to lend some really nice flavor. Now that's sauteing pretty hardcore, so I'm going to turn it down just a little. Oh, I wish you could smell this. The chorizo and the onion just really wafting up. Super delicious smell. Now let that saute for a minute, and what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of extra garlic. The garlic and onion is just great in everything. I know I've mentioned that before on Drunken Chef, and I will keep reiterating that. So I've got some jarred diced garlic here. And a nice spoonful, which will equal out to a clove or two. If you wanted to use fresh garlic, just smash it up, chop it real fine, and toss it in. Now, sip of beer. Right now, what I'm having is the Mad Elf. Thank you, Jade Leidenberg, for the contribution of the 6-pack of Mad Elf. Maybe a year or two old, but it's still actually pretty fresh. 11% alcohol. It's definitely contributing to the cause of Drunken Chef. Awesome. Well, now that I've added the onions and mushrooms, what I'm going to do, like I always do, season it up. Kosher salt. And delicious fresh ground black pepper. Now that garlic has cooked a couple of minutes and I've seasoned it up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to deglaze the pan here. What I have is, I don't know, 6-8 ounces of white wine. Listen. Oh, that's a great sound. Just bubbles up. It's going to take all those flavors off the bottom of the pot. It's going to add a lot of flavor itself. So what we need to do is wait now just a few minutes until that wine comes up to a bubble. Once the wine comes up to a bubble, you want to let it go for at least 30 seconds, if not a minute or two. You want to cook out all that raw wine taste. Oh, it smells so good. What I'm going to do now that I added the wine, I'm just going to up the heat just a little bit. Okay, now as that cooks, it's going to come up to a bubble. It's going to bubble for a while. And as it's bubbling, what's happening is the water that's in the wine and the other stuff is going to boil out. It's going to reduce down. So it's going to take maybe 8 to 10 minutes to reduce down. So as that's doing its thing, I'm going to hang out and finish more of my delicious 11% Mad Elf. Alright, now that the white wine is cooked down in the mix with the mushroom pieces and the onions and the garlic for several minutes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start building the stuffing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some breadcrumbs. I'm just going to add them just a little bit at a time. And stir them in until it all tightens up until a stuffing consistency. It's just a little loose yet. Set that there. At this point, actually, I can turn the heat off. Okay, now that looks good. It's just tight enough to hold together. You don't want it too bready. You want to use as little breadcrumb as possible. Just enough to pull everything together. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to taste it and just see if it needs any more seasoning. No, that's absolutely perfect. Oh, so much flavor. A little spicy, a little salty. The chorizo has a natural bunch of spices in it, so it really, really leached out into the stuffing. That's going to be fantastic. So I'll take that off the heat. What I'm going to do here is I am going to get a glove. Number one, for sanitary purposes, and number two, because it's ripping fucking hot. And frankly speaking, I think the best way to do this is with your hands, not with a spoon, not with a scoop, not with anything else. Just do it with your hands. So what you do is take each individual mushroom, take a little bit of the stuffing, stuff it into said mushroom. Take the stuffing. Stuff it into the mushroom. Now, I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me stuff as I'm dropping a mushroom. I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me stuff this entire batch of mushrooms. So, what I'm going to do is take off my glove, because what I'm going to do afterwards, I'm going to put a little bit of cheese in each mushroom. What I have here is blue cheese crumbles. So what I'm going to do, take one of the mushrooms that I already stuffed, and take a couple of crumbles of blue cheese, and press it right into the stuffing. Second mushroom I already stuffed. Take a couple of the blue cheese crumbles. Press it right into the stuffing. Now, we're going to take a break, and I'm going to drink a little bit more beer. And I'm going to finish up these mushrooms, and I'll show you how we finish them off. Drunken Chef. Alright, well, I finished stuffing the mushrooms. I stuffed them, and I put some blue cheese crumbles, kind of press them into the stuffing on the top of them. So now what I'm going to do, like I said before, I had my oven preheated at 350 with my nice pan sprayed here with the mushrooms. I'm going to pop them in here for 15-20 minutes till the actual mushrooms on the bottom are cooked. Cheese is melty and the stuffing's all hot and bubbly, and they are going to be absolutely delicious. So I will see you all in internet world in just a little bit, and we will taste these delicious motherfuckers. Alright, well, the stuffed mushrooms have been in for about 18 minutes or so at 350 degrees. The mushrooms themselves are smelling good. I can smell the mushroom smell coming, not just the stuffing, so which means they're cooked. So what I'm going to do here is pull them out, and oh yeah, they look gorgeous. Yeah, I'll get a close up on those. How nice do they look?
Yummy.
Yes, absolutely yummy. So what I'm going to do is a small plate. I'm going to get a couple of them, and we are going to do a nice little taste test. Cool down just for a moment. And then Gail and I will taste them. Now, this here episode of Drunken Chef was not quite the way it was supposed to be, because Johnny is an asshole. He got all sick. But, shit happens. Mushrooms were for Johnny, because I know Johnny loves mushrooms. But anyway, here we go with the taste test of these delicious chorizo stuffed mushrooms. Anyway, that one doesn't look very nice, so I'm going to get you a nicer looking one. Here, please taste it and let the world know what you think. I'm going to eat this one. Man, they are delicious. A little bit spicy. Juiciness from the mushroom. Everything holds together. It's just, oh, they're really, really good. I would definitely serve these at a party many, many times. I'm actually gonna pick the little bits. Even though I have a whole pan over there, I'm gonna pick the little bits off the plate because they are that good. Alright, everybody. Well, I'm gonna finish these here stuffed mushrooms. Gail's gonna help me here. But like I always say, if I can do this in this condition, imagine what you can do sober. And please, I'm going to be a little bit like Bob Barker here with the whole spay and neuter your animals. Please, people, be better human beings. Put down your cell phone for a day or two. Please. Please. Don't be an asshole. Have a great night, Drunken Chef. Out.